Good evening, guys. Buenas noches. From Cusco. I'm about to leave the Incan capital and head to my next destination. And it will be one of the most grueling journeys I ever undertook in my life. During my years of travel, I've been on horrendous flight journeys, like 10-12 hour flights, ferries, that horrendous 15-hour train journey from Hungary down to Romania. But tonight might be the hardest one of them all. I'm about to embark on a 15-hour, like 14 or 15-hour horrendous bus journey over the Andes. I've decided on my next destination here in Peru. I've decided to head to a less touristy site, a less touristy town in the Andes. And on Google Maps, it looks just close by to Cusco, but in reality it isn't, because the Andean mountains are in between both cities. I'm about to head to a town called Ayacucho, which apparently, depending who you ask, is super pretty, super beautiful, but most other people would tell you, why would you go there? It's super boring. But that's exactly why I'm going there, because nearly nobody's gonna go there. So yeah, we are about to head there. But before, we have to embark on a horrendous, brutal 14 or 15 hour bus journey. And let me tell you this, I hate buses. Buses are the worst. I can take ferries, I can take trains, I can take car rides, but I cannot take buses. Well, yeah, let's find out what an Andean Peruvian night bus is like. Vamos! And by the way, goodbye Cusco. Maybe see you in the future again. Check it out, guys. The favela of Cusco. We're now approaching the bus station of Cusco. And then we have to wait for like half an hour to get into our bus, which will be our home for the next 14 to 15 hours. I'm not looking forward to it. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I putting myself under that torture? I don't know. I'll do it for the content, I guess. But also I wanted to check out Ayacucho. And from here, from Cusco, getting there by bus is the easiest way. You could also fly there, fly back to Lima and then down to Ayacucho, but that's going to cost a fortune. Well, yeah, I'm now going to jump on that $18 bus, which lasts 14 to 15 hours, and I'm not looking forward to it. Here's the bus station, and the traffic here is horrendous. Worst in the world, guys. Peru, sorry to all you Peruvians listening to this, but you've got the worst traffic in the world. Worst drivers in the world. Una noche a Medellin. Soon we're going to Colombia and to Medellin, guys. We're about to find out what Peruvian night buses, Peruvian long distance night buses are like. Behind me you can see some examples of it. In one of these I'll be sitting in and spending the next 15 hours of my life. But before that, you guys might be anxious to know what the fancy, famous Cusco bus station looks like. This huge bus station. From here you literally can get to every place in the country. You can drive to Lima, you can go to Arequipa. Most backpackers that are here are going down to Arequipa or to Lake Titicaca on the border with Bolivia. Then of course you can get to Bolivia, you can drive down to Argentina, you can also get to Brazil from here. You can get to pretty much every place you want to go to from here by bus. It's a huge bus station, an important one. So I want to show it to you guys. Spoiler alert though, it's not a very fancy one. Check it out. Check it out, guys. Cusco bus station. Man. Absolute. I don't want to say a bad word now. I don't want to diss Cusco too much, but come on. For such a touristic hotspot, a global touristic hotspot, this is your bus station. I mean, come on. Come on, Cusco, you could do better than that. And the best thing is, guys, when you walk through this bus station, it feels like walking through a bazaar. because literally all these people here are shouting their destinations, you know, because all of these bus companies here are competing against each other for mostly the same destinations. But we guys, we aren't going to Lima. No Arequipa, Ayacucho. Ayacucho. You've heard it, guys. Not Arequipa, Ayacucho for us.
Arequipa.
Ayacucho. Feels like, see, tengo mi boleto. You see, it's like a bazaar. Feels like being in a Moroccan bazaar. Absolute madness. Oh yeah, check it out, guys. Cusco bus station. This is where you'll end up if you plan to travel Peru by bus. Probably one of the most chaotic bus stations. Hola. Probably one of the most chaotic bus stations I've seen in my life. If not the most chaotic. I've seen some in Mexico. I've seen some in the Balkans already, but nothing comes close to this. And it's pretty surprising because this is Cusco. This is like the touristic hotspot. Even though it's a poor region of Peru, it's the touristic hotspot of Peru, the touristic center. And this is a very important bus station. It's an international entry actually, an international hotspot. You can get into Brazil from here, into Argentina and into Bolivia. Check it out, guys. Into Chile, I forgot Chile. Check it out. And yeah, guys, it's pretty surprising, yeah? In it. Cusco bus station. Alright guys, I'm standing in front of the bus. The bus is just going to take us to Ayacucho on a 15-hour ride through the night across the Andes. A curvy ride across the Andes. Here it is. To be fair, it looks a bit more promising than what the bus station has suggested. So let's check out what it looks like from the inside. Alright guys, this is it. This is it. My home for the next 15 hours. But I might even get some sleep on here. Let's hope for the best. And I'm sitting on top the cheaper seats because as we are driving through curvy roads throughout the whole night, you feel it much more up here than down there. Let's just hope for the best. I'll just try to get some sleep on here. And I hope that my bag is not going to fall off from here, because I've got my laptop in there. We are taking off, guys. The nightmare begins. And the bus right next to us is going to Brazil. I also might still end up in Brazil. Who knows? Stay tuned. But for now, let the nightmare begin. I think I'll try to sleep as much as possible. I'll sometimes put the camera on and update you guys, but I'll just try to get as much sleep as possible. One hour down, another 13 to go. Just used the toilet here on the bus. It's been the most shaken piss I ever took in my life. I can tell you this. Check it out, we're just driving curvy roads. And by the way guys, I was wrong, it's not 15 hours, it's not 14 hours, it's 16 hours apparently to reach our destination. 16 hours of this. Oh man. What have I done to myself again? We've got about 12 hours to go now. Of course, full of snorers. The bus is full of snorers. I hate that. 6 AM now guys. I eventually managed to get a bit of sleep, not too much, but yeah, another 6 hours to go now, more or less. I've managed to get some sleep eventually, not too much, like maybe an hour or two. I'm feeling pretty shattered, but I cannot sleep anymore. I just don't manage to get a proper sleep here. I mean, check it out. My legs are just too long to sleep on this bus. But I reckon if you're a small person, like many Peruvians are, then it's quite comfortable and you can get a decent sleep. But for a tall guy like me, it's kind of tough to sleep. I hate sleeping on buses. I can't do it. So yeah, that's why I avoid bus rides. And this guy has also kept me awake the whole night. But yeah guys, last time when I went to Romania on a 15-hour train, I did the mistake that I didn't bring any food with me, any water. This time I am prepared. It's time for breakfast. Bought myself a banana and some bread back in Cusco. And of course water, really important. There's another 5 or 6 hours to go or something. We're in a town called Andean at the moment. And so another 5 or 6 hours to Ayacucho. Good morning guys, from a random town here, a random petrol station in rural Andean Peru. Somewhere between Andean and Ayacucho, and we've got some stray dogs here. All over Peru you've got many stray dogs, especially here in the Andes. And yeah guys, this is my bus. This is where I've spent my last 10 hours or something in, or even 11, I'm not sure. And I've got another 5 or 6 hours to go, 5 hours I guess, I hope. And yeah, eventually I managed to get some sleep on the bus, but not a lot. I mean, I'll say like, I was really struggling to get any sleep. Maybe I got like an hour or maybe 2 hours of sleep. No, not 2 hours, I think like 1.5 hours. Because I was really struggling. I'm just too tall for these buses, my legs are too long. I cannot sleep on buses. I can sleep on planes. I can sleep on trains as well. But on buses, I can't. Probably this will be the last time I ever took that bus. But what I can tell you guys is that if you are not a tall person, if you are a small person like many Peruvians are, then probably you won't have any problems sleeping on that bus. It's actually quite comfortable. It's quite comfy, and yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. Check out the beautiful Andean landscapes. I've got another 3 hours now to go. Buenos dias, guys. Alright, we've just stopped over here in a small Andes town. Well, not really a town, a village on the road, on a small roadside village here in the mountains. And yeah, bad news for me. I've been now on the road for 13 hours. It's 9:30 a.m. now. We were supposed to arrive between 10:30 and 11 a.m. So a 14 to 15 hour. It was supposed to be a 14 to 15 hour journey. That's what they said. But the bus driver says we'll only be in Ayacucho by 1 p.m, 1:30 p.m. So at the end of the day it would have been a 17-hour journey. Alright guys, so when you decide to travel Peru by bus, the Andes by bus, brace yourself for a very, very flexible schedule. Because here in Peru, especially here in the Andes, the buses don't take their schedules that seriously. A 17-hour journey, if we arrive at 1 p.m. It would have been the longest journey ever in my life. Well, beautiful views nonetheless though. Those are the real downsides of traveling, guys. The real adventures, the hard part of travel. When you are stuck and traveling for hours to get to a place. Well, on the good note though, the weather is great, beautiful surroundings, and I've got myself a fruit juice here. I think it's maracuja. Nevertheless though, I feel super shattered. I didn't get any sleep, next to nothing. Like, I slept like an hour in all of these 13 hours. And yeah, we've got another 4 hours to go till we finally arrive. I think when I arrive, the first thing I'll do is gonna take a nap and a shower. Would you do that, guys? Would you spend 17 hours on that bus and drive through the Peruvian mountains? There's people actually, there's backpackers. I meet backpackers every day that only travel by bus. I don't understand these people. I mean, yeah, it's more budget friendly, but I'll always, even though I consider myself a budget traveler, I'll always pay more to just fly to a place. I'm more of a person that just flies to a place. And yeah, I think this could be my last, I mean it, huge bus trip I ever do in my life. I think this could be the final one. 17 hours, guys, 17 hours on the bus. Alright guys, after nearly 17 hours inside here, the nightmare is finally over and we have arrived in Ayacucho, our destination. And let me tell you this, I'm pretty shattered. I think first piece of business now is to get to my guest house, take a nap, have a nap and have a shower, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll continue filming today or maybe tomorrow. I'm here for a few days and then I'll head back to Lima and then I'll be leaving Peru. But considering today's vlog, considering this horrendous 16.5-hour journey from Cusco up here in that bus, yeah, mixed emotions. I mean, I would surely never do it again. But then, it's not that I wouldn't recommend it, because there are people that love traveling by bus. I'm not one of these people. I hate traveling by bus. So maybe other people, especially smaller people than me, have less difficulty sleeping on that bus, because if you sleep through that journey, which is possible if you aren't a tall person, then it is not as bad as it seems. But yeah, 16 and a half hours was supposed to be 14 to 15 hours. So yeah, I'll probably know for the future that when I travel in Peru, because I'll surely be back in Peru, there's a lot more to explore in this country, just like there is in Argentina and in all the other Latin American countries. Yeah, I know for the future that when I come back to Peru, I'll never ever travel by bus again, especially long distances. So guys, my recommendation for you, if you come to Peru and travel through Peru, would be to stick to planes, if they aren't too expensive, of course. But you know, 16 hours on the bus, or even more, 20 hours on the bus. There are buses that take 20 hours, 25 hours. They cost like $10, but yeah, spending 20 hours on the bus for $10, or spending an hour on a flight for $50, it's your choice. I'll know what I'd prefer. Anyway guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, I need a nap. I absolutely need a nap. I'll see you guys later. See you in a bit.